Personally, I think that's a little bit too much man junk for one man to handle. But on the other hand, sometimes an acting job is just an acting job. What's going on, everybody? Mark Conway with your MHN Horror Fact of the Day. Today's fact is on the 2001 Paul Walker and Steve Zahn horror thriller, Joyride.
Don't open the door! Don't open the door!
So you still good, or need me to drive?
But hey, before I get to that fact, if you could be so awesome to stab that like button, smash that subscribe, and click that little dingy bell to be notified every time we drop amazing content right here on MHN. Now back to the fact. For those people who have not seen Joyride, here's a quick synopsis. There are two guys, both played by Paul Walker and Steve Zahn, that are on a long-distance road trip, and they happen to have a CV radio. And they start using it, and they get a hold of some trucker out in the middle of nowhere, and then pretty much start fucking with him. I think they pretend to be a chick or something. And then immediately after that, he starts fucking with them. And a horror thriller ensues. And in one scene, he actually makes both of them walk into a diner completely fucking naked. It's actually a really, really funny part of the movie.
12 cheeseburgers, please.
You want fries with that?
A really interesting fact is the restaurant manager in this scene is played by an actor named Robert Winley. And this isn't the first time he's had to deal with a naked dude walking into a drinking/eating establishment in a film.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. You forgot to say please.
Yes, indeed, he is the laughing biker with the cigar that takes the cigar and puts it out in Arnold's chest in T2. Sadly, Robert passed away only 16 days after the release of Joyride due to brain cancer. But Robert, I wanted to give you a salute for dealing with so many dudes hanging brain. And that has been your MHN Horror Fact of the Day, and I have a comments challenge for all of you. What is the most interesting horror connections, maybe between actors and different characters, that you've ever seen? One example being this one. I, of course, will pick the very best comment, and that person will choose a topic for a future episode of MHN Horror Facts of the Day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all tomorrow. If you have not checked out Joyride, I highly recommend it. It was one of the first horror thriller movies that I ever saw. I think it was like House on Haunted Hill, Jeepers Creepers, and Jeepers Creepers 2 actually, and this Joyride. They're definitely a huge part of my childhood coming up with horror. It's a really, really fun movie, and surprisingly good. Like, you would think it'd be kind of a forgettable movie, but it's actually really, really entertaining. I highly, highly recommend checking out if you have not. Definitely worth your time. Definitely worth your time. And Robert, you are the bravest man for looking at so many naked dudes. I salute you, sir.